Wake up, everybody, no more.
Peace.
To the Miss Jackson Social Experiment. If this is your first time checking in with me, welcome. We have special guest Copper Vibrations here with us today. But don't forget to like and subscribe. The comments I can hold back on, but I would really like them just for me. But anyway, like, subscribe, share, and I'm going to get right into this interview because I'm so excited. We've been trying to get this together for a while. These are my friends. I rock their stuff like religiously, like every day since that first day in the mall when I was walking past. Welcome, Copper Vibrations.
Peace.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here with you as always. It's always a pleasure to be in your company because you're just this ball of love and light. So we appreciate being here.
Well, tell the folks what y'all do. I mean, I know, but kind of tell them what y'all do. Before I get into that, though, I'm going to just tell the folks that I literally was walking in the mall in Greensboro, like, has it been 2 years now?
Yeah.
2 years ago, just was walking by and was like...
In September
2016.
Yeah, I was walking by and I
not
was
quite 2
like,
years, but almost.
I want that. What is that? And can I have that?
Yeah, I think you bought a Herkimer diamond.
Yes.
and the funniest thing is, you know, Facebook got the, you know, it pops up after a certain amount of time.
The memories.
And the memory popped up of you buying it. And we was like, oh my God, we didn't know this person at this time.
Right. Yes.
And it's like, now we like so close.
Well,
like,
actually, I had met her before, but we didn't make a connection.
Right.
Until the mall.
Right.
I think we were both doing like, it was somebody had a pyramid thing going on.
And it could have been through Sister Kim.
No, I don't think it was Sister Kim. It was like one of those travel things.
Oh,
like,
girl, yeah, right. Like, yes.
But then we didn't make the connection. We talked. We went outside and we stood in the parking lot and we talked about, because you were talking about your love for gardening and wanting to grow your own food and all of that. And so we spoke a little bit about that at the time. But then I didn't see you anymore until the mall, and that's when the connection actually happened.
Yeah, that was
Word.
that was a great day, a funny day.
Yeah,
I got so much education that day. Like I was like,
yes, we got your book,
right. You got my book,
Poetry in Plain Sight,
and then we began to build this amazing partnership. Like it was, and I don't say it's random, but you know. From you doing what you do beyond Twist and Copper, like this was before y'all got to this point of having different like designs and all this stuff. This was like, you're not doing this right. Like I met him and he was like, we're gonna do this, but you really aren't hustling your book. Why aren't you doing it? I was like, wait a minute.
Word.
That's who he is.
Right. So he was giving me like it was like this exchange.
For the backstory, we was inside the local mall. And we got in the mall selling my children books, and my wife wrote a book too. So we was in the mall selling our books. And I was making, me and my wife had Copper Vibrations. We was making the jewelry, but it wasn't like, we wasn't really promoting it besides just had the Etsy page and we was fulfilling orders. But it switched. Like, and from that mall, people wanted this. They didn't want the books. I mean, I still sold books, but they wanted this. And it just transformed everything. It slowly took over our lives.
Yes, it was kind of surreal. Like it went from, you know, primarily books. He had been an author, so he wrote 5 different children's books. And then, like you said, I sold my book, and that's what we knew. That's what we did. That was a part of who we were.
That paid our bills.
He made me a piece. For Mother's Day. I've been wanting an Ankh for quite some time, and so he made me a piece for Mother's Day.
2015.
I posted it on Facebook, and everybody went crazy. It was like, I want one. So the business was literally birthed on Facebook. Is the original birth of Copper Vibrations.
Yes.
and we walking and delivering it, like people inboxing us and
also
pulling up on people.
And also Instagram, because it was an aunt that she wanted from Instagram from a popular people that make this type of jewelry, and they still dope.
Shout out to Third Galaxy.
And to be honest though, even though Third Galaxy is so dope, I did not want to pay for it.
I understand.
And in my mind, I was like, man, I could do that. And I said it out loud too. I was like, man, I could do that. And once I nail it, I'm not going to charge as much. Like, I'm going like what? And I told my wife, I don't nail it. And the funniest thing was, I didn't try to twist copper first.
Okay.
At first, she wanted an aunt, and I wanted to give her an aunt.
Okay.
And I was working a job at this time. I had a third shift job. But in between time, I was carving wood. I was carving a ankh out of wood. So I bought the right wood that you use to carve. I bought some tools.
I didn't know this part. let me find out.
And it was not working out though. The wood would break you.
The wood was just breaking up in these chips, and I'm like, that's not
she
what I want.
She didn't see it till it was like, man, I'm
not that
I
type
gotta
of
give
wife
it to
like,
her.
oh, he's making an effort. Like, no.
So I gave it to her.
That ain't it. That's not what I'm looking for.
I gave it to her, and I was like, but I told her, I said, I'm gonna nail it though. Just give me some time. I'm gonna nail it. And then the next thing we did was we went to a store where they sell more wood, and I looked at that and I was like, nah, it's not for me. Like, nah.
Gotta have tools and burning it.
Yeah,
like
it's
nah.
not for me. So I moved on to, I think, what was it, the paper? It was clay. Mm-hmm. So we bought clay. And we made this, like, the whole household. We have children, so we in the living room at the kitchen table or whatnot, and we all sculpturing things out of clay. I think my daughter's making hearts or whatever, and I'm making the ankhs. I think my wife tried to make some ankhs too, and we put it in the oven, and it hardened, and then we looked at it, and it just
couldn't wear it.
It just wasn't good. It wasn't it. And I was like, man, I want to nail it. So paper mache came next, and we had fun.
Wow.
Paper mache was messy. That was messy.
We had fun making paper mache ankhs and different things, and then we painted it, and I still got them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was really, really looking kind of crazy looking. Like, it's artsy, but it's nothing you want to walk around with. Yes.
Okay.
But I told her, I'm going to nail this.
Okay.
Like, don't worry, I got you. And then I was in Winston-Salem flea market, and somebody made an ankh. But the way that they made the ankh, it was out of copper, and it had a stone in it, but they welded it.
Oh, wow.
So they had like two real thick pieces of copper, and they burnt it so it stays together, and they had some wrapping to it, and it was a nice piece, and I paid a nice little price, and I gave it to my wife for Mother's Day, and she really loved it. At least she came across it, she loved it.
It wasn't still what I was looking for. The stone.
She wanted
in
Third
it was
Galaxy.
Not really the stone. I wanted Third Galaxy. Like I had in my mind.
Third Galaxy stuff is
Third
dope.
Galaxy. This is what I'm looking for. That type of energy, because they had these amazing gemstones. So it was like, I want this type of gemstone, and the one he bought me was nice. It was nice.
But once I gave it to her, I was like, I can do that. And I think it was like the next day after Mother's Day, it was within that week. We was out, and we always together. We always chilling.
We had $48. Keep it real.
And I was like, so what you want to do? And what I remember, I don't remember how much money we have. She remember the money. I remember saying what you want to do, and I remember her looking at me and saying, "You said you was gonna make me an aunt. Like, I want an aunt." So we drove to Lowe's. And Lowe's got different types of wire.
Right.
And we don't understand wire. We haven't been doing this.
Okay.
But we bought the thickest wire they had. Now the ankh that I gave her was real thick, but he welded it together. So we bought this real thick.
Even thicker than that one.
Yeah, thicker than what they had.
Much thicker. Much thicker wire than the one he actually purchased for me. It was like a 4-gauge wire.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we wasn't using welding. We using wrap, twisting. And we were rolling. We didn't have no tools. We had pliers and needle nose. And we was in the room laughing, having fun, just twisting. Now, I want to tell the truth. My wife made an ankh that did not go together. She placed it together. She laid it on top of each other, and it looked real nice. And I think she even put a stone to cover up the parts. And she took a picture. And that picture was hot, but it really wasn't a working aunt. Like that's not a working aunt. But I made some pieces, twisted together, and it was like thick and bold.
That one aunt probably weighed 5 pounds.
Yeah, it was some thick, bold pieces.
Big, thick.
That's big.
And so we made like nine ankhs. It was only ankhs, 9 ankhs. And she laid it on her bedspread, and she took a picture of it. And she posted it online. And right then, I want one, I want one, I want one.
Wow.
So it was like immediate, like everybody, like, you know, something go viral. Well, it went viral inside of our small community, our community, our closest friends. Like, tell him to make me one and make me one with this color stone and make me one like this. So I immediately started making stuff for people. Okay. And the more I've been making it, the more I learned. Like,
But he wasn't fully comfortable with it at that time. Our livelihood was the books.
Right.
So we didn't really know how to make that transition for that. So this became more like how most artists start off. This is a hobby on the side. Like, this is something we'll do on the side. And so I decided on June the 1st, I'll never forget, 2016, to do an Etsy shop.
Okay.
And I was at home. I was a stay-at-home wife at the time, wife and mother. And I always worked my entire life. Like, I've always generated my own money. And so in this marriage, I solely relied on him for money. And so I was like, I got to do something. Like, I got to find my thing. And so I started the Etsy page. And he would make Etsy while being on the road, because he was still on the road at that time. He wasn't home. He would be on the road for like 11 days, 7 days at a time.
I was in the mall in Myrtle Beach. I get mall contracts.
Okay.
Where I get a booth, a cart in the mall, and I sell my books, and I make thousands of dollars, and I pay the mall thousands of dollars, and I have a little bit left to pay my bills.
right.
The malls was expensive, but you know, we hustled it and we made it work. And in doing that, before that, my wife told me, she said she want to be the face. She's like, I could be the face or something. She was like, because there was another couple that we knew that was being successful in business.
Okay.
Shout out to Alizé.
Yeah.
Elise.
And before I forget, don't forget to check out some of our other videos.
Like, they are something to look up to and be like, we could do it. We could do what they do. Like, we draw energy from them.
Okay.
And my wife was saying that. She was like, I could be that one that, you know, you create more in the background, and, you know, I push it out. And it's so true, because when I met her, I met my wife off of her posting plates on Facebook and selling food. That's what she did for a living.
Yeah, I made a living off of that.
She made a living off of making food, take
Vegan,
pictures of the food,
paleo,
healthy food,
keto,
and
vegetarian.
people hit her up like, I'm coming to get a plate, I'm coming to get a plate, I'm coming to get a plate. And her door will be open because people's coming in and out buying her food, and she's using the money to pay all her bills. So I was one of those people that showed up to get some food. When I showed up to get the food, I also had a need because I was a single dad and I needed somebody to help with my son. So I hired her to tutor my son. She hired me to video record her book. Yeah, so it's like,
it really.
It's like we came together, and you want to talk about how quick we got married, babe?
Yeah, you can tell that part.
So we married in 3 weeks of knowing each other. Yes, it's crazy, and it was pretty much a secret. We didn't really tell our friends. I didn't even tell my best friend. So of course, naturally, everybody was upset with me after the fact. But yeah, we married 3 weeks after officially dating each other. And after tutoring his son, Mr. Chocolate Boy Wonder. He is so adorable. But yeah, I fell in love with his son, and that's how we connected. From that point forth, I remember him saying, you know, like, I have these ideas. I have so much I want to create. And knowing his history, I knew that he wrote books. He was also into film, so he did a film. I know that he had.
Please never look for the film I made. we not gonna put it out.
Very great story, but it was very ghetto. Like,
it was filmed in like,
it was like duct tape.
2005.
Oh wow!
Duct
But
tape.
the message you have to know that he is a storyteller.
Right.
Like anybody that's been around him know that he is a storyteller. So I was captivated by his ability to tell stories and the way that he communicates life through storytelling. So he was saying, I need help. And I'm like, that's easy. I'm like, help? Yeah. Like, what you do with what I am, like, this is easy. And from that point,
I fell in love with like those words, because I was trying to explain, like, to be with me, you got to understand what I have big dreams.
Right.
I have, it's a lot. Like, what's going on in my mind is so much that you asking, like, I don't think you know what you asking for. And she said, and her response was, oh, that's easy.
So I want to hear about the numbers, because I know there's I like that part of the story. And then
what numbers?
The numbers. There's the day.
Yeah,
like the numbers.
I thought you were talking
and then how does that? How's the dreams? Like, this is interesting to me because I know you from a different perspective. So you all to me seem to be manifestors of dreams, in spite of
copper vibrations is what dreams is made of.
Right. So talk to me a little bit, once we talk about the numbers, about how you all have manifested and continue to manifest dreams. Like,
wow. The beauty of it. So just give a little bit of backstory on the numbers. I just started studying numerology over the past few months. So knowing our numbers, his birthday is January the 26th. My birthday is June 26th. His son's birthday is June 26th. So we share a birthday, and we got married on February the 26th. Yeah. So for those who know about numerology, 26 is the number of business and love.
Yep.
So those people tend to do really well in relationships that are rooted, that have a foundation in business.
Yep.
And we didn't know that at the time. We just, the 26, playing off the numbers of 26. And so I think we really rode the vibration of those numbers. And as we break down his name, his vibration of his name versus my vibration of my name, they're both nines. And so, that's the humanitarian component of it, that people don't often get to see, because I think our humanitarian side is more quiet. It's more in the background.
Yeah, we don't like doing something for somebody and then using it against them or throwing it in their face or going to a media like, guess who I helped out today, y'all? Like,
this is not.
But I know that to be true, because y'all do a lot that is never going to be posted, and it's not supposed to be. Like, you help out people and you're going to keep on driving down the road. Like, somebody needs something, pull up. How you doing? Right. Yo, all right, I got you. All right, we got to go. Like, that's really part of who you are individually and collectively. That's just how y'all operate. Like,
but truly, even though I ain't understand the numbers, when I size my wife up, because we all know how to size people up, but when I sized her up, I saw greatness. And I learned her story from day one, because I was filming her book. So from day one, I put a camera on her, and she started telling me her childhood. She started telling me, her ups and downs and what she lived through. And all I saw was greatness. Like, the common denominator through every situation was great. You put her in this situation, she's great. You put her over here, she's great. And I'm like, you're great. Do you understand? Like, you're the greatest person I ever met, and also the realest. Like, most people talk about something. She don't talk. She's a doer. She did things. Like, if you know her, if you read her book, you'll see the things she did. She got upset. She went and grabbed guns and show up. Not only she grabbed guns, she pulled triggers. Like, that was her past. But it's real.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they need to know what they do. But
but it's the way that he tells your story. Like, I'm really thinking about it. Like, and it's almost like a rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really sounded like rap lyrics. Like
but it's exactly what rappers try to imitate or try to, I'm a real person. If this happened to me, I'm a stand-up guy. I stand for these principles. Like, rappers really try to come across and
prop different things for each other. And
but
so when we talk about my perspective of him as his lifestyle and him being, like, I looked at him as something pure. And knowing my lifestyle and knowing where I come from, just meeting someone in this day and age who has a passion about what they do and who has skills and actually, you know, like you said, is a doer, but also a visionary. He is definitely the vision of this whole operation. I know a lot of people give me credit for it, but he is definitely the visionary, and I am the face. I am the multiplier.
She's the voice.
I am the multiplier of it all. But you know,
I truly believe the children books I made, the principles within it is powerful and is needed in our community.
Okay.
And I sold thousands of them. I've been to hundreds of cities. I've been in malls. I've been all over the place with these, and I pushed real hard. But I don't have that ability to really transcend on that level far as the level I wanted to go.
Okay.
My wife transcends without trying.
Wow.
The reason why Copper Vibrations is growing and on the level it's on is because she is in front. Even though they see the stuff I make, but I always made something great. I always see myself as great.
Right.
But I needed that help. I needed that person that's greater than I that could actually take it to the next level. And when I seen her, I recognized things. I recognized who she was from day one. Like, do you know who you are? And I used to say stuff like that. Like, wow. Like,
can you imagine what that do to your self-esteem? So even if
like, it could do one of two things to your self-esteem. It could punch holes in it. Like, what? You ain't talking to me, right? Like, you got the wrong one, because you need to bring that all the way down. Or it can boost you and make you feel like, oh well,
maybe I am great.
Maybe I'm greater than I think.
She knew she was great.
So I mean, how do you all feel being quote unquote the face of Black love? I mean, you know, how do you all feel? Because you all have just in your reactions and, you know, just here, I'm used to it, but everybody else isn't, are the epitome of how to work together and how love works. Like what it looks like in real time. Like, I know that y'all don't get along 100% of the time. I ain't stupid.
We came in your house a couple of times when we was beefing.
Right. So
I appreciate you.
Thank you, LV. No problem. But how does that, do you feel any kind of pressure? Do you feel any kind of way? Because, you know, at the end of the day, I know y'all are an amazing couple, but people look up to you. Like,
I don't feel pressure, because what we're two of, and I mean this in the most humble way, but we're two of the realest people that you would probably meet. So our reality is real, and what we share is real. I mean, when it comes down to producing a project, so you see something great. So when we put something out, you see something great. There is countless hours of, no, it's not right. No, we need to do it this way. No, I got the vision. No, I got this. You know, so there's countless of that all the way up until the lights come on, the stage is set, and it's time to execute. I think that's where we bond. And it kind of makes me emotional thinking about it.
Wow.
That's where we bond, because it's on that stage that we get each other, you know, and I talk about the stage, but it's on that stage that we get each other, and we're able to, I understand deep inside of him what he wants, and I'm able to take that and multiply it, and vice versa. He does the same for me.
I think I really believe sin stops people from reaching their greatness. I really believe that sin has a death blow. And when I say sin, I mean just not doing right or living right.
Okay.
Throws a blow. The fact that me and her try to be so right and try to live so right, we have no boundaries. But if a person is, let's say if I was a liar and I'm always lying and she can't trust the words I say, and I'm telling her we got to go left, and I'm telling her like we need to do this, but the fact that I done delivered a death blow to my words by telling so many lies, she's not gonna listen to me. So we won't be beefing off of the fact that I want to make a certain move, but she don't want to hear me because I'm a liar. Or if I was a cheater, if she was scared that I was gonna go around and sleep with multiple women, She'll try to limit my movements because it's a trust issue. But the fact that that's not my reality, that's not who I am, she don't have to worry about that.
And boundaries. So I remember asking him before we got married. He said, "What do you expect from marriage?" And I said, "Freedom."
Freedom.
And I said, and so people are like, "Freedom? Like, what do you mean freedom in marriage?" I'm
marriage
like, "I want to be
free.
free. Like, I want to be free." So, but we think about freedom within the terms of order and structure. Now I get it because we're actually free. You know what I mean?
You're very free.
Actually,
I strive to give her that freedom because that's when I asked for, I said I want to be great, and she said that's easy. Her response, my response to her was, "What do you want?" And she said she want freedom. And I've been through a marriage. I've been divorced, and to me, marriage at that time didn't equal freedom and equal restraint.
I feel you.
But
on that.
she wanted freedom. So I strived from day one to give her freedom. So if you want to go anywhere, you want to do anything, you're free. Now, of course, there's consequences.
Right.
Like if you're going to clubs, getting drunk, just wilding out.
Right. There are consequences.
You're free to do it, though, but there's going to be consequences. There's going to be like, a reaction.
Right.
But I always try to give her that freedom, try not to control her thoughts, her mind. Like, I'm a conscious type dude as far as I've been conscious for so long where I could break things down. I got friends that's real wise, could break things down, read a whole bunch of books, and they literally try to mind control their wives and they girls. They try to figure out what they thinking and how to sidestep it, how to get them on a certain path, try to keep them out of clubs, keep them out of drinking, smoking. They try to keep them from everything, and it's like, and when I look at it, it's like they running themselves into the ground.
And that's their sin.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
their sin. Mm-hmm. And that's their sin. So I'm gonna pull it all together and then we're gonna wrap up because every time we get together, we always like be learning and teaching something. Y'all gave me a whole bunch. So tell the folks how we can find you. I know how to find you, but I need for y'all to tell them. And then we'll close out.
Okay. You can find us on Facebook. Well, first of all, you could Google Copper Vibrations and everything will come up. We're Copper Vibrations, exactly how it's spelled. No Z's and no fancy. Copper, COPPER. Vibrations, VIBRATIONS. Exactly how it sounds. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Etsy. You can find us on Facebook. Now, as far as live shows, we do a live show Friday nights at 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. We do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 9 p.m. That's where you're going to find us. Okay. That's a live show where we actually have all of our gemstones. I'm actually breaking them down just a little bit. Copper King is making those items live, so people pick out their stones. He makes it live in front of them, so they get to be a part of the experience. And just a little side note of what you're talking about, how do we continue to make dreams come true? Is because we give people the experience. Right. They go this walk with us. They go our journey with us. They're in our marriage with us. They're in our raising of children with us. They're in that whole aspect of who we are. So they're buying into the experience.
Wow.
Secondly, we do flea market flash sales. That's for people who just have $10.
Right.
They may only have $10 that they can spend. And we want to give them a quality product for that $10. Things like gemstones that naturally come from the earth and copper should not be out of access, especially when it's something that promotes healing.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things that I have a huge problem with is everything that's healing, that's beneficial for us, whether it's organic foods, whether it's holistic medicinal healing, is so expensive.
Right.
That people, there's a lack of access.
Absolutely.
And with the lack of access comes other things, because self-preservation is the first law of nature.
That's right.
So we wanted to make it where that everyone had access to something that was nice.
Our piece is so affordable, but remember in the beginning, I didn't like the prices. So we answered that.
Okay.
So our prices is very reasonable. It's to the point where people constantly tell us we are too low.
Okay.
But the truth is, I don't believe there's another copper group out there that makes what we make.
Absolutely
that's
not.
Selling as much as we sell.
Absolutely
I
not.
will say, this on air, that's going out into the internet, into the world. We are number one.
Absolutely.
copper vibrations is number one.
Absolutely.
And everybody on a planet should have a piece because the energy is on that level. And it's affordable. You could afford to have it. You should have it.
Absolutely. And I am gonna say as we close out that I am a I don't even call myself a fan. Y'all a fam. I've gotten them to make me some really interesting pieces. I got a tree that y'all can't have.
Got a tree.
I just got a tree.
Everybody was
I don't
trying
even
to
make
tree.
trees.
Okay. So I say that to say that it's really about the energy in the exchange. I am so grateful to have had you guys on the Miss Jackson Social Experiment. Please make sure that folks, you hit like, you subscribe, you share.
That's
do those three things for me, and we see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace, peace.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more back thinking, time for thinking ahead. World has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much danger, war and poverty.